8:13. It's a day I call Afterglow Day because it's a day after Valentine's Day. So it's February 15. Any year it's Afterglow Day, but hey, it's 2024 this time. We are Island Tea. What's up, guys?
Hey, good morning to everybody.
Morning.
I trust that everyone is having a fantastic morning. How is it going, Chef?
Well, let's just say I got home last night, no water. I got up this morning and I had to wait.
That's
for
not good for
water
the
to
afterglow,
come.
that's for sure.
Oh, wow.
And when you get home in the night, you would have used your water. You
Yeah.
had stores. So then this morning, I just had to wait. I'm up early. I'm just waiting for water.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Wow. That's crazy.
And where I live, I'm not going to say where I live.
Yeah.
But where I live, people don't think water don't go, eh? And it
Yeah.
goes a lot.
I couldn't
actually.
imagine. Wow.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to hear that, to be
Yeah.
honest.
But
Yeah.
there have been complaints about water in other areas. You hear them, But yeah. Wow. So, as Jamsa indicated, I was highlighting, I did a little bit of research, and today is Single Awareness Day, and so it's all about self-love. It's all about self-appreciation. It's all about, yesterday we celebrated Valentine's Day, and we had so many giveaways, and we're still going to have the giveaways this morning. But in addition to that, we want you to recognize that it is self-love. It is Single Awareness Day. So those of all of us, how can we love others if we don't love ourselves? Yeah, so we must first love ourselves before we can love others. It's like, when you go on the plane and they say, before you could assist persons in the event of that, I don't want to call it, you must place your mask on first before you assist others. So it's the same thing. You must be able to love yourself first before you can share that love to others.
Yes. And even as a mother of one, so I still consider myself a new mom, you have to learn, because when you have a baby, it's not about you. You spend so much time looking after baby and their needs. And then you have to learn that you have to then care for yourself, because if you don't, your health goes down the drain. You're not as patient with your child. And also the child is looking at you, and they learn to not make self a priority and not to look after themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
And it's, when you think about healthy mind, healthy body, and what we eat, what we digest, it really goes to not just the physical, but the mental as well.
Definitely, definitely.
So it as persons that are listening out there, yesterday was Valentine's Day. For those who celebrated it, because, not everyone celebrates it, but it is a day that is celebrated internationally, as that day. And there's so many different stories behind the history of Valentine's. Yeah. So it's a whole
Believe me,
thing.
I wore that shirt downtown, and all these strange men wanted to give me the history of what Valentine is.
Yes.
And when they finished, I said, "Happy Valentine's," so they get mad at me.
So there's so many different stories, so many takes out there.
Yes.
And, so whatever Valentine's means to you, however you celebrate it, generally it's, sharing love to others. Generally. But persons have their different take on it.
Yeah.
So
Why can't you just say sharing love to others without saying generally?
because
You're such a panderer.
generally is the expression, because there's always an exception, So
No.
generally is the expression.
But that goes without saying that there are exceptions.
Well,
you don't have to bring attention to it by
I could
saying
say
it every time.
No, I
You're
could
such
say
a politician.
I could say that generally St. Kitts is a hot place. That doesn't mean it really means that there are some moments that we have a bit of cold weather.
Why, when you're talking to people are so specific, you have to be more specific.
Exactly.
Pacific, according to
Or
some.
people could twist the words that you say.
Exactly.
So sometimes they tell you things that you didn't say. So the more specific, sometimes the better. So Single Awareness Day, we have, when you think about self and you think about, self-love and everything like that, what do you do to treat yourself?
First, food, for me, I'm all about eating healthy, but then it's spiritual for me and mental, and becoming self-aware. A lot of us walk around and we don't really pay attention to our own thoughts, to what we want. We just, you come into this world, your parents send you to school, From the minute you step into school, everybody's directing you and telling you, do this, do that, do that. So for many of us, we don't really sit and acknowledge that we are different from our parents and the expectations, and even from the position you have, the name you have, the job you do. We don't really think about that, and that's why there's so many in mental illnesses, so much depression. But when you really start looking at yourself and going inwards and start really thinking about what am I, who am I, what do I want, what makes me happy, then you start fostering self-love, then you start becoming self-aware, and you can control your actions much better.
Indeed, well said. Yes,
Not
I think of times, sometimes you just have to take a moment to be by yourself, to really see what's going on. Take away yourself from the situation, from what's around you, and think deeply as to, sometimes when you take yourself away from the situation, sometimes the things you consider to be so important.
They sort themselves out, innit?
Yeah. So take time out, guys. Try to,
Definitely.
Yeah, try to practice self-love as much as possible.
And don't be afraid to be alone. Like a lot of people, I have a limited attention span in the sense of how long I can be social. Like at a certain time of the day, I just, my brain shuts off. I have to like go by myself or go read something. It's like I don't shut down, like start ignoring everybody and go and read something or go and do something. And I find a lot of people are afraid that, like, you'll be in a room with people and they literally have no quiet time. They're constantly chattering at you, trying to get your attention. And you're like, can't you just be quiet? Like, they don't know how. So, yeah, you have to learn how to be with yourself, by yourself.
Yes, definitely. So, if you have any stories that you want to share, you can use the opportunity to share them. At 8:30, we are supposed to have the I think a representative from the Ministry of Health. Let me just clarify. So at 8:30, we have the National HIV/AIDS Coordinator plus a staff member. Also, we're going to be giving away prizes again, from Crazy Rolls.
What?
Yeah, and then we have at 9 o'clock, we have Zook and Friends, and he will give away 2 tickets to the show. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask a question. These rolls, is there like an ice cream roll or something?
What they do, they have
explain.
like this, what you would call it, like it looks like a hot plate, but it's cold. And then they pour the liquid mix that would turn into ice cream, and they just roll it with a kind of spatula thing, roll it until it kind of gets firmer and firmer, and then it roll. Think of like fruit roll-ups, like it rolls up, and then they give you several of those with different things on it, nuts, and they're very generous with their toppings. So yeah. So it's like seeing your ice cream being made right in front of you.
Okay. I was wondering what I figured there was some kind of I figured the form factor had something to do with the rolls, because you don't usually associate rolls with ice cream. So
you should go. It's pretty
yeah, my
cool.
I think my daughter's been there, but I've never been in there.
And they have dairy free and so forth too.
Okay, there's one that the one that was there before. I used to go to that one a lot.
Down on the Bay Road?
No, up at this cinema, the same place.
Yes, there was an ice cream place. Yeah. But these specialize in doing that whole thing.
The whole roll thing, huh? Yeah.
And so I think the ice cream, they can make it really fresh and whatever.
Yeah, I always feel like a really nice soft serve location
Soft was the thing.
I always wonder why we had
that was ice cream.
Yeah, that's what you
Soft
call it.
serve.
That's what you call that market in restaurant science or whatever.
Well,
Soft
Uncle
serve.
had a machine, with the short cone, and then he used to whatever, and you get, that's the ice cream that's soft, and you get the long, tall spoon.
Yeah.
It just tastes different. Like, that's the best tasting ice cream
You could tell the persons who really don't, like myself, who really don't consume the ice cream.
Because of the dairy, but I remember from being a child, and that was like.
So why don't you like ice cream?
No,
Maybe you should try sorbet.
No,
You ever had sorbet?
It's not that I don't like ice cream.
It's
It's like
not up there on your list,
if there's ice cream, I would eat it, but I don't crave it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
that let me.
I remember when I was a child and everyone, wanted ice cream, and I was like, okay, If it's there, it's there.
And
But
it didn't bother you?
no,
You
I don't know.
misanthrope, you.
No, I
Yeah.
couldn't stand
He
it
hates ice
because
cream.
it used to
Who
always
hates
melt
ice
on
cream?
me.
I
And
never
would
said
cry.
I hated ice
It
cream.
just don't.
I just don't have the
it for me,
craving. Like, some people want to go home and they eat ice cream.
Yeah.
I never had that craving.
Yeah, I
People don't like
understand.
ice cream. It's like I always say, they say Hitler was a vegetarian, right? So, like I have friends who joke, well, you can't trust vegetarians.
Oh.
So I'm looking
No,
at
vegans now. Remember the step
and
up again?
vegans now, yeah.
Vegetarians ain't good
I
enough
know.
for
So
vegans.
I'm giving him the side eye, like
What? Of
can't
course,
trust people who don't like
we
ice
know there are
cream.
lots of people who love ice cream, and so those persons who are in love with ice cream, we
Yeah.
want to make sure that you get this gift. We want to make sure you get this item
Yeah.
from Crazy Rose. So we're going to ask you the question, and
Are we
so
doing it now?
yeah, we're
Go
going to do it
ahead.
now.
Nice.
So we're going to ask you the question, and if you give us the correct answer, you get a prize. You get a gift certificate, and you could get yourself, something from Crazy Rose.
You know what you need to give away though?
What's that?
Like every day, Azard's here is immaculate. I don't know how to do it.
I just
Whoever you do you here? if
I
it's
just
you?
add grease.
Ice cream Hitler.
Oh, you're
What's
just
up?
naturally hot like that.
I just add grease.
Okay, let me just give it. Sorry. It's just like I'm watching him and it's just like
You would believe. I just make sure I wash it.
ah.
Once it's wet, I just add the grease and just brush it. Genes, genetics.
Yeah. I guess he
Okay.
woke up like that, huh?
Yeah, genetics.
Except that's
Yeah.
only something girls say. But anyway,
Yeah,
different story. Anyway, what are we doing now?
But you're the one who said it.
Exactly.
I don't understand where he's coming with this. Anyway, we're gonna give away prizes, right? And so Crazy Roll. So Jamster, seeing that you're the ice cream fanatic,
Fanatic, really?
okay, then maybe now I am the one misinterpreting what you are saying.
Maybe I'm probably the ice cream freezer, because if you put the ice cream in a fan, it's still gonna melt.
So okay. So the ice cream freezer, you're not getting a chance to answer these questions though. So that is your punishment. Even if you get the answers, you're not getting the prize.
Chef, by now I like the needle easy, right?
Oh yes.
Yes. So the Crazy Rolls, we want you to tell us. We really want you to tell us what are the 5 love languages. And if you get them right, you can come for your prize. It's
And if they were listening earlier, this
so
is the real test.
Well, I would
now.
fail this one.
This is the real test.
So
I would fail.
if it is that you want that prize, there's giveaways, and we have giveaways from Crazy Roll. And take this opportunity, if you have the 5 love languages, you come, you call, and once you get them correct, we give you your gift prize. You come to Win FM and you collect it. You say your name, and then you say your name on air, and then you walk with identification when you come in to collect.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're looking for the 5 love languages. Okay, here we go with our first call.
Nice.
Awesome.
Caller, go right ahead. Hello, caller.
Hi, good morning.
Hi,
Hi,
good
good
morning.
morning.
Acts of service,
Mm-hmm.
quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch and receiving gifts.
Wonderful. Give us your name.
Oh, so that was 5?
Give us your name. Yeah, she said 5, didn't she? Mm-hmm. Give us your name.
Keslin.
Mm-hmm. Your last name, so we could note it, and then afterwards you could come.
Um,
Say that again.
Thomas.
Kevlin Thomas. Keslin Thomas.
Yeah.
Thank
Is that an
Yeah.
S or Z? KESLYN?
Yes,
Yes, Ernest.
L-Y-N, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we could make a
Congratulations, honey.
Congratulations.
Do enjoy
yes.
your ice cream.
Okay.
Do enjoy your ice
Just bring some
cream.
ID when you're coming.
Yeah.
All right.
And,
Yes.
and
Wonderful.
a happy day after Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
definitely
you.
some
Welcome.
self-love with your ice cream.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Alright.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
listening. Thank you so much for calling, and thank you so much for participating.
So we had one. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, bye.
Yes,
Okay,
no
bye.
problem.
Have a nice day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And something happened, and we haven't really touched it because it was lovely.
yes.
But the fact that today is self-love,
Mm-hmm.
I think we don't have to go into it in too much detail, but we can touch it because, especially for women and for mothers, like I tell people, as a woman, growing up, you're never told about yourself. You're told, you know, do your schoolwork, perform good, so you have to beg a man. You should be a good wife, a good daughter, especially. Help your mother clean, be a good daughter, be a good girl. And I realized, wait, nobody ever told me how to be good to myself. So as a woman, a lot of the times you're taught that sacrifice is your best attribute. And like even when guys say, I'm my mother's greatest achievement. And I said, but you're tired, How can you be your mother's greatest achievement? You can be her greatest love and all of that. But what about her as an individual outside of being a mother? You give a woman a gift, they want to give her things like washing machine and things to clean. So for women, this whole concept of self-love is a huge issue. Huge. And that's why I feel so much competition between women, because your value is judged up against other women and how good you perform these roles. So I find out a lot of women do suffer from that and not knowing how to love oneself.
Very, very interesting take, yeah. Very interesting take. Deep words there.
I mean, I imagine for men too, there are challenges for men as well.
Yes, yes.
You know, being macho, not showing emotion.
That's a good thing.
Well,
Jamsa is one against emotion. I believe persons should express how they feel. Because if you bottle up emotion,
because
Yes.
listen,
if you bottle up emotion, you could explode.
I'm gonna go against the grain bigly here, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Women, you know how they like to say when a woman's yes means yes. I have found that maybe 65% of the time, when a woman says yes, she means no, and when she says no, she means yes. Here's why. Here's why. Women talk about they want men to be emotional but when you are, they go and they tell their friends, oh, he's a wimp. He was crying for so and so. He was doing this.
Well,
This
okay.
is what happens.
And so-
I don't care what anyone out there
But
says.
that's-
But wait,
This
because
is what happens.
Jamsa is judging it based on what somebody else wants. What do you
No,
want?
this is what.
For example,
what
how
for
do
him?
you feel? For example, if you feel a certain way about a situation, why do you care how you express yourself? Once you're able to express yourself in a
Yes.
way that doesn't hurt others, doesn't bring down others.
I don't understand.
For example, if you feel pain, why not scream?
And if you scream
No, but
and
that's
people
different.
laugh,
No,
do you
that's
care
different.
that they laugh?
That's different. That's
And if
different.
you want to scream, provided that you want to scream, you feel enough pain that you feel that, screaming brings some relief.
Because you see,
No,
a lot of
well-
men bring that with women. but
That's just a very simple example, very simple.
Yeah, but that's a very simplistic example because a reaction to pain is different to reaction to more complex
Like what?
emotions.
Give me an example.
Like grief and maybe
So if
crisis and
if
so
someone passes
on.
close to you,
Yeah.
there are some persons they handle grief differently. So it's not a one cap fits all.
No, not at all.
Not a one cap fits all. So we must recognize that first. And so your ability to deal with grief, if my ability to deal with grief is to shed a tear, what's wrong with that? I'm not saying that I personally would shed a tear, but I don't see that being an issue that you are considering.
not saying it's an
well,
issue
that person
necessarily,
is
but
crying
I think,
and he's a male.
I guess the point I'm making is, regardless of what women say, and feminists, and feminism is one of feminism, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the scourges on humanity. But anyway, that's a different story. Regardless of what women say, women want us to be strong, and we don't mind being
What
strong.
do you want
But
for
what
They
yourself?
like to
What
say.
do you
They
want
like to
for
say.
yourself?
They like to
What
say.
do you
What
Can
do
I
you
say?
want for yourself, Jamsa?
What I want for
Yeah,
myself?
what do you want for yourself?
In what sense?
In the sense, what do you want for yourself? You said,
in the sense that, okay, I'm a woman, I want my husband to be strong, I want
Yeah.
him to lead in certain things. But for you to be a strong person, you have to be in touch with your emotions.
Well, who says I'm not in
Because-
touch with my emotions? I don't have to wear them on
And-
my sleeve to
But you don't
be in
have
touch
to,
with
and
them.
then men have to understand too, right? That a certain type of woman does not represent all. And there are a lot of toxic females, just like there are a lot of toxic men. And a lot of women who are not in touch with their emotions, just like a lot of men are not in touch, right? So you being able to express yourself, it's for you. It doesn't matter if somebody, because women go and chat when you sit and you cry to your girlfriend. Sometimes they go and chat you with another girl too. That's what
Exactly.
they're known to do.
And
But
that's not going to happen with me.
But you cannot, first of all, you have to be a little more discerning. If it happens, you cannot blame yourself. You're human. You have to understand that that person has a problem. They have a problem with emotion, because if you're saying that you chat somebody because they showed emotion, it shows that you are not emotionally developed either, right? And we have to stop.
And if you
allowing
care
people
that
to do
someone is talking about you because you showed emotion, then are you comfortable within yourself?
Yes, that's the expert. It's about
No,
you.
I'm not saying this happened to me. I'm just saying I hear guys talk about this happening
At the end of the
constantly,
day,
and I've seen it happen with friends.
But at the end of the day, I think people, once, and again, I do it in a whole structure, once you're not hurting anyone, once you're not bringing down, if it is that, and grief and emotions, like if you're keeping, a lot of persons keeping so much pain. And at the end of the day, it's let out in different avenues.
You mean when the valve bust, as we just said?
Yeah, when you get the last straw, that's the last straw that breaks the camel's back.
And there's this thing in psychology and spirituality called shadow work. And it basically helps. That's why you have some people, they just be smiling, everything in the world being thrown at them, they're just smiling, and then you miss and mash them by accident and they kill you. Because they have all this pent-up rage and pent-up stuff.
I don't think it necessarily follows that if someone thinks that if someone isn't demonstrative with their, let's say, their peak emotions. I notice I said peak emotions because everyone shows emotion on some level, right? But peak emotions meaning the really strong ones like grief and the other, hatred, anger and stuff. Just because they don't blow their smokestack. Just doesn't mean that they don't handle their emotions properly.
And we're not saying that.
And that's another misconception.
And we never said that over here.
Yeah.
What we're saying is that you don't judge an individual by one category, by one brush, or you paint the whole thing by one brush. We're saying that people are different. How they interpret things are different.
And you don't have to show, even the women say we're emotional men. When we say that, we mostly mean men who communicate. We don't necessarily mean that we expect you to come and cry in front of us.
Yeah, of course.
If you come and you
Men who
cry and laugh,
communicate,
that's fine.
That's
and,
fine,
and
yeah.
but if you want to go in a room by yourself and you want to do that, that's fine too. You're not obligated to show your emotions to people. You can express and get your emotions out. That's why I like that men used to have boxing and these sort of... No, I say it's not good for men, Women and men are different still, right? And a lot of men are
Absolutely,
able...
that's all I'm saying.
If they're grieving, they punch something, they scream, they have that testosterone.
Yeah,
But you
exactly.
don't have that outlet now where, especially these young fellas can go to a kickboxing class, a football. A lot of them don't have that physical expression anymore. They don't do these fighting things, and I think it's a disadvantage.
And I'm saying that there may be men who that is a sense of relief for them, and there are others who other things are self relief for them.
I've dated women who've actually said, "I've never seen you cry," as though that's a problem. I'm like, so what do you want me to cry for? Just cry? Or I'm just cry at the drop of a hat because you want me to cry? What if there's nothing to cry about?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You know?
And you have to be emotional. Like women, I always say, you have to be emotionally in tune to your men. I find that we are not. We treat men as if they have two emotions: sex and and that's not even one, but sex and money. And you have to understand. You have to understand that sometimes you have to be able to read your man to know, okay, he's hurting. He don't have to shed a tear, but you can see it in his, or you should be able to feel it that he's hurting. You know.
So we have the doctor, the HIV AIDS coordinator, and we're expecting him in addition to a staff member this morning, and we're going to be talking about, sexually transmitted diseases and also HIV and AIDS, which is one of them, So it's going to be a very interesting topic, and even when you think about safe sex and you think about HIV and AIDS, it's about self-love as well.
Of course.
Yeah,
How
self-love.
you value yourself.
Exactly. So it's all within the theme, all within, what we're here discussing.
They're going to love this spread.
And they can compliment WinFM for this, Yeah, WinFM. Not necessarily the host of WinFM's Island Tea, but, yes. At least they'll say that, the promotion has been there. The promotion of safe sex. Safe sex. Yeah, safe sex.
Yeah, because a lot of the times to even to have that sense of autonomy to say, no, I'm not going to have sex, or I'm not going to have this type of sex, or I'm not going to have sex without a condom. It takes a level of maturity and self-love, as you said.
Yes. And so we have our guest here.
Good morning.
Good morning. How is everyone doing? Yes. Everyone is well. Okay. Yes. So our guests are here. We're going to allow them to introduce themselves and tell us more about why they're here and what information they have that they can share with us this morning. We, are going to allow the doctor to speak and introduce the program, this segment right now.
Good morning, everyone. It's always a pleasure to be back on WinFM and Island Tea. It's always much an opportunity to really communicate and educate the public about some of the activities we do and our intentions and our availability to ensure that the people know that we are here and we're working for them. We are here in respect to the month. The month is a love month, and it's a time where love is being expressed in every dimension, in every facet. As such, we are here to talk on safe sex practice. And I am Dr. Matthias Ofrey, the National AIDS Program Coordinator, and with me is...
I'm Joseph Richardson. I'm an HIV tester counselor with the Ministry of Health. I work as a volunteer. I've been doing this for probably about 15 years.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm here to support Dr. Ofrey.
Okay. So both of you are here, and we are going to, ask the questions. If you look at the desk, there are some, yes, so we have been through WinFM, through the whole Love Week, even during Love Week, it was International Condom Day.
Yes.
And so so we've had the decorations here, and it's Love Week. So let me ask you the question. We're talking about HIV and AIDS. How are the statistics looking as it relates to St. Kitts and Nevis?
Thank you for that question. HIV, as we know, is an epidemic, and it's not just for the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. It is for the region as well as in the world, and we know that over 16,000 people have been infected every day. And this is something that we have to, in collaboration with UNAIDS and World Health Organization, to mitigate and eliminate the continuous infection by 2030. For the Federation, we have about 237 persons being infected, and that is the percentage based on people that avail themselves for testing. The highest number of testing we got done for the past 5 years is about 4,000 persons. This is in comparison to 47,000, or say approximately 48,000 people in St. Kitts and Nevis, and that is very little a number to equate with. So we need at least 10,000 to 15,000 persons tested at least a year. All right, so we can really have the true figure of how many persons are truly infected. That's why we are pushing and encouraging people to actually come out and get tested.
Does this figure include mothers when they're tested when they're giving birth?
Yes, and it's a good thing that you brought that up, because we in St. Kitts, St. Kitts and Nevis, we've achieved the Federation, we've achieved mother-to-child transmission elimination. So we've been certified on that since 2017 and ongoing. So that the chance of a mother transmitting that infection to the child is extremely 0 to none. already in St. Kitts and Nevis. That's why we encourage that mothers should ensure that they go for the regular checks, to ensure that they go for counseling and all of the stuff, testing. In fact, it will be done the first trimester. It will be done.
It's an
Definitely.
automatic test
Yeah.
that is provided to
Yes.
pregnant
They
mothers.
don't play. And
No.
if you end up there, like they're testing you again every tick of the clock.
Yes, I know a couple years ago, like 2 years ago, 4 years ago, you were pregnant, right?
Yeah, oh, you know me?
Yeah. I bet you went through that
Let me
process
tell you,
too.
they're like Jill, they're like serious, like militant out there with that,
Yeah.
which is good.
And but what strikes me as relates to the statistics, as you say, basically it's roughly just over 4,000 persons per year, and within
That's a
that
lot.
4,000,
Yeah.
you have 200 and something. If we were to assume that every 4,000, and this is a huge assumption, that every 4,000 you would see that number, then the numbers would be high.
Well, that would not be statistically correct to do that,
Yeah.
because what you're essentially saying is that out of that 4,000 within a year, but that is over a period of
time.
how
Oh,
many
okay,
years
yes.
that
Oh,
we've
yeah.
been
So,
testing.
okay then. So it's not
Right.
within 1 year.
Right.
Okay then. So that's the period of time.
Yes.
Okay then. I see.
But,
Yes.
but what we would like to see is the people who really ought to come and be tested. They are not coming out in the numbers that they should. What we find is that there are quite a number of repeat testers, people who come
Okay.
and just get tested because the service is available. We would like to see the people who are in the higher risk groups who don't routinely come for testing. Now, it so happens that my focus as a tester is on what we call key population. So we have the individuals who are sex workers. I mean, it's a reality. We do have sex workers.
yes.
We have people who are multi-partner. We have bisexuals, the members of the LGBTQ community. And those people are at a higher risk for contracting HIV. And unfortunately, there is a rather large chunk of those people who do not come in for testing. So that is where I come in. I do quite a bit of outreach. I go and meet with people who encourage them to come in. It's not mandatory, of course. It's voluntary. So we try to encourage people to come in and get tested. There may be some people in those groups who may have some level of trepidation in going to the public health centers, the hospital for testing. And I operate privately as such with the full support of the Ministry of Health. They provide me with all my the test kits and all the supporting paraphernalia. And there are many people who prefer the one-on-one, and it is, of course, very confidential. A man of my age and stage, I've heard a lot. And there's nothing anybody can tell me today that is going to shock me or cause me to be judgmental with anyone, because sex is there to be enjoyed by us all. And we do. And I actually encourage people to enjoy themselves sexually, but you should enjoy yourself sexually, but protect yourself. Find out your status. You need to know your status. That is the number one. Find out where you're at when it comes to HIV/AIDS, and we pretty soon will be providing the service for other sexually transmitted diseases as well.
Yes.
I think that is actually just what he really indicated, just a summary of what we are. From that angle, the keep ups services we want to render, although they are a percentage, a fragment of a percentage of the general percentage of the population of St. Kitts and Nevis. While from his own angle, see, we having a more inter-ministerial, multi-sectoral approach towards mitigating the spread of this infection. And from his own angle, that's why we ensure that he's there, and we're also partnering with other LGBTQ community and other communities to ensure that they receive the services that they require and that they need. And also, we're also encouraging the public in general to also participate in this thing. It's not when you are safe, oh, my partner is safe. No, because we have discordant couples. We have people that where a partner is infected, the other is not infected. And HIV, as we know, is not a death sentence, but it is something that we can eliminate, in the Federation. So we can do that. It's all about us taking that step to ensure that we get it done by getting tested.
I have a question.
Yeah, go
Maybe
ahead.
a little bit. I noticed a lot of condoms on the condom. It says it's made for vaginal sex. It specifically says that, and
It
states
does?
that that it's not safe for other types of sex. And if you are familiar with what's going on in St. Kitts, like different types of sex are very popular and becoming even more popular now. And I find that even in general conversations, people are not very aware of anatomy. They have no clue. They think it's just fun, and they use things and they don't even know. So I think perhaps we can have a little bit more education on that particular side of it.
Yes, actually, we pass on some information in respect to that, and I also want to educate the public today using this medium that yes, it is for vaginal sex mainly. However, it can also be used for other kind of sex, like anal sex, and so. Also, we provide not just this, but also lubricants, knowing the anatomy of the human body. The vagina is more lubricated naturally, while the anal is not as such. That's why we ask that people use lubricant to prevent that rigorous friction during intercourse as such that can lead to breakage, and also educate them on proper use of the condom, because if you don't know how to properly use it, you say, oh, it came off or it broke. It's because you lack the knowledge to actually properly use it. So proper constant use of condom
And learning
can
that certain
mitigate.
lubricants are not complementary to certain materials because they break them down as
Absolutely. I am, well, I tell you, there are many things I'm not surprised about. But I'm surprised at times when some of my clients tell me that they use Vaseline and butter and other oil-based lubricants, cooking oil, anything that you can find to
make
get
it
the
more
action
lubricated.
going. And if you are using latex condoms, right, those would break. They're almost guaranteed to break, right? If you just do a simple test, take out a condom and put some Vaseline or some greasy thing on it, you see it start to shriveling up. And if you do that, it just pops, right? Now, there is another type of condom, which is the
non-latex?
the non-latex with skin. In fact, there's a brand that is sold by Farm Care, which is non-latex. And it is extremely strong, and it's also extremely thin. It costs just a little bit more than the standard latex condoms, right? And they have the sizes. So if you're a plus size, you can get your size. You just speak to the staff at Farm Care, and trust me, they are very knowledgeable and approachable.
Yes.
The proprietor at the town branch, Mrs. Carr, she's top notch when it comes to advice or assistance with anything sexual.
And also we have female condoms that hopefully we can have more. That is 10 times more stronger than the male condoms. So if it's also advisable that people can actually procure that and to use for their own safety. And we hope that in the near future, the Ministry of Health will be able to deliver or have that available and also have different varieties of condoms that people can really access to mitigate and reduce the chances of the risk and breakage and exposure to other STIs.
And it's all up in this, huh? There's another, there's this song, all right? And you know, sometimes you're on TikTok and you're listening to the music and you're grooving and then you actually listen to the lyrics. And I don't think I could say the lyrics on but it basically is talking about oral sex and deep oral sex. But it's talking about, it's a popular song on the Dirty Money Rhythm. Anyway, y'all know what I mean. Y'all listening, you know what I mean. But basically, it's about leaving certain, fluids in the throat to the point where it comes to the nose. And I'm like, Jesus, y'all didn't even know y'all talking about. Like, and I think people also attribute sexually transmitted diseases only with the genitalia, and they forget that whatever you can get there, it can also it can also be passed on through these other areas, especially when you get the tears and stuff like that. So please let people know.
Of course, there are infections that can also be acquired orally, right? And I tell you, there are other infections that are also high, like herpes. Herpes is actually very, very high in SK. So we have the herpes 1, herpes 2 is actually high there. It's not just HIV that is, a concern. There are other STIs. So if you're trying to get tested for HIV, which is great, but there are other STIs you can predispose yourself to. So that's why we said that for safe sex practice, education is vital. Educate yourself. Do some research. If you can't do the research, if you do your research, you don't understand, come to the Ministry of Health or look for myself. Or I come to the Ministry of Health and ask for Dr. Offrey, and I'll be there to sit you down. I'll give you that counseling and actually educate you as well as my staff. All right, they are available. We are available to ensure that you are well equipped, in every facet to ensure that you are protected. The thing about it is that people are not so driven to educate themselves about a topic, and as such, they just live their life, based on chance, and that is a very risky sex life and sex practice. So it's good to educate yourself. Education is very vital, and also just between partners, it's always good to ask that question. All right, ask, have you get tested? When last you get tested? In your last sexual relationship, have you been exposed to other STIs? So we can know what STIs were you exposed to. When last you do a general checkup to do all that STIs have you tested. With that, you can know, because we know herpes cannot be cured. It can be treated. It can be made recessive. All right, and it's a friend for life, just like HIV. However, there are some things that you need to ask your partner. You need to communicate. How do you want it? The sex act that you prefer, can I indulge in it? Can we indulge in this? Ask that, create that room for communication, and that can create an atmosphere where people can get themselves well educated. Not just trying something new to somebody and people are like, I have not experienced that before. It is weird to me. And as such, because they are not educated on that, they might be predisposed to try something they are not equipped or knowledgeable about to protect themselves. So it's very important.
On the subject of trying something, I think many of us are led to trying something because of what we see in pornography. Now, many of us are very religious based. We all grew up in the church and all that kind of thing. But for us who our chosen line of work is dealing with sex, it is a reality. Right? And what we've been taught has nothing to do with what is happening. So our team, we've been trained, we are not judgmental. So any
form of sexual activity that is conceivable. We are somewhat aware of it. I mean, okay, there might be variations of something which His Excellency Sir Joseph might never have conceptualized, right? But when it comes to communication in sex or prior to sex, because there shouldn't be coercion or being forced into performing an activity that your partner is not prepared mentally and physically to be engaged in. So communication prior to sex is important. Of course, we are aware that people engage in sexual activities when they are under the influence, which can lead to issues.
Wrong choice making. And
yes, you can, with diminished responsibility, you end up doing things that you would not ordinarily do. It may be more pleasurable for you with the diminished responsibility, as well as it would be more pleasurable for your partner who encouraged the activity. But the question that should be asked is it safe? Are you going to have regrets afterwards for engaging in this activity? I mean, there are regular, everybody, well, let's not say everybody. Most of us have been exposed to marijuana. Most of us have been exposed to alcohol. These are the two main influences on our sexual behavior that are readily available to the public. And they are used. And many of my clients come the following day saying, oh, Lord Iceman, I did this, I did that, and I'm afraid, you know? So there's nothing much we can do because HIV is only detectable after about
3 to 6 months.
Right.
But it could be in your body for up to 10 years and not being detected, or, of course, we know there are no specific signs and symptoms for HIV. So that's why we encourage that people get the test done at least twice a year or once a year in your general checkup. If you are not sexually active, at least once a year. And if you're sexually active, at least twice a year or every 3 months, because that's when your body is predisposed to produce an antibody, a protein that our test can only detect whether positive or negative. In the light of this safe sex practice, we're encouraging that one of the safe sex practice is abstinence. Abstinence is still a thing. You must not be involved in sexual activity. I think that sexual activity is mostly a thing of a mind. You know, although it's good, it's great. Trust me, it has a lot of health benefit, but it's also you can actually abstain from it. And just like we educate the young people in schools, abstinence is the number one drive to ensure that you are safe and sound. Educating yourself is the number two. The use of contraceptives, use of preventive measures like condoms, it's number 3. It's very important, and ensuring that you get tested is very vital. Communication about proper safe space to communicate with your partner is other medium at which we can ensure that we have safe sex practice. And these are much more other aspects that we can do. Also, people involved in masturbation. That's why my colleague rightly said it, that we are knowledgeable about Christ and God. We love God, but we don't mix both. we ensure that our work, our line of work, it is to render services in every dimension that we can to ensure people are safe. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm here to ensure that you're safe. I'm not here to tell you what you're doing is wrong or right. I'm just letting you know that you need to be safe. And I'm here to ensure that you are safe. It's not about trying to convince you or about my beliefs. It's about ensuring that you feel comfortable enough to communicate with me and you receive the best advice and services that I can provide for you.
Lovely. So, ladies, you hear that? Don't start about your rose. If your rose is your Valentine, that's perfectly fine. And thank you so much, Azard. This was very, very informative. Thank you so much. I hope our audience learned as much as we did.
Yes, so we're going to prepare for our next segment. We have Zook next. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so
and
much
sharing
for
the
having us.
information.
It has been my pleasure.
Yes.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
You've played the online game. Now you can scratch, mark, and win with Express Cash, the new instant scratch game, and win up to $40,000. With 6 draws in each ticket, there's so many ways to win. Get your $5 Express Cash instant tickets from Caribbean lottery agents island-wide.
Caribbean Lottery.
This February, embark on a love affair with the road. TDC Financial Services presents Love Affair Car Loan Special. Fall in love with your dream car with loan terms up to 8 years, as low as 4.99% interest rate. And here's the sweet part. Enjoy the first 3 months with absolutely no repayments. Turn your dream car into reality with TDC Financial Services Love Affair Car Loan Special. Visit our branch on Central Street in St. Kitts or Main Street, Charlestown, Nevis, or call us at TDC Financial Services today. Live the love affair with your new wheels with TDC Financial Services.
Nine oh seven. It's all about zoo. I'm here with Chef Rich, and Mr. Zoo.
Yeah, man, blessings. Morning blessings to all the listeners.
I know we did this we did this a minute ago, sometime last year, right?
Yeah, about the same time.
Yeah. It was on, really?
Yeah.
It seemed like further down in the year.
Nah,
But okay.
yeah.
All right. When Patrick was here and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he going to be here for this one?
No.
Okay. So tell us about 2024
Yeah, man. So
and the event.
right now is all about Zoo and Friends Acoustic Night. That's gonna be this Sunday at 5 p.m. at Sugar Apple. That's at Fort Lands. So acoustic is all about the music being broken down, and you're having more conga drums, and you hear more of the bass, and you get to experience the artist in his or her purest form.
I like that.
Yeah.
And for a lot of us artists in St. Kitts, you don't get that opportunity very often. So
Facts. Yeah.
they must really appreciate it.
Definitely, man. I feel like this is one of those experiences that you'll be up close and personal with the artist, and I think that this is something that we've been missing, in the musical aspect of things. So this is gonna be really special, this one for sure.
Nice. And you said you get to be more up and close and personal. What's the setting like for this? Is it that they're on a stage, or they're more between, more intimate?
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a stage, but it's not like
raised and
where it's elevated. It's gonna be on the ground.
More like a
still.
platform, like a
platforms.
slightly raised type thing.
Yeah, you have this close proximity to the artist where you could possibly even touch him or her, or the band members. It's gonna be very intimate.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And why do you do it like this? I know you keep this event annually, right?
Yeah.
So what inspired you to do that, and what keeps you doing it? 'Cause it must be challenging as well.
Oh, definitely. But the love, and for the most part, I see. I look at the market and I see what's missing within the entertainment industry, and I think these type of events are definitely missing. We do a lot of fetes and stuff, but
Yes.
we can't forget the musical aspect of
And the
everything
artistry.
and the artistry. You know what I mean, which is very important. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, just the love. I would really love to have a input and have my presence known in the entertainment industry, and hopefully I could inspire others and give others a platform as well to come and showcase their talent.
Okay, speaking of which, what's the name of the event?
It's Zoo and Friends Acoustic Night.
Zoo and Friends Acoustic Night. Okay, and give them the locale again. It's
at Sugar Apple.
Sugar Apple.
So that's in Fort Lands.
So that's basically across. Is it when you come up the hill from the Cenotaph and you make the first left?
Yeah.
It's on the left-hand side, right?
On the first left, right-hand side.
Right-hand side.
So it would be.
Oh, really?
So it'd be right in front of the preschool. They have a preschool.
Okay. First left, right-hand. Yeah, right-hand side. Yeah. That's what I said left, but I was right. Yeah, on the western side.
Correct.
Well, on right-hand side. Yeah. Okay. And what kind of artist mix can we expect?
Oh yeah, a wide variety. So we have Erica Edwards. We have Ideli Nappy. We have Infamous. Myself. And we have Mr. Mention as well, gonna be doing acoustic. So that's gonna be a really special one. Yeah. So we have a mix of
nice
R&B, mixed with rap, mixed with soca, mixed with reggae.
So what do you do?
Oh, I'm a rapper.
You're a rapper. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I remember from last year.
Rapper, poetry, jazz, mix up in all.
Okay.
All
right.
Sweet.
Yep.
And I'm happy to see that somebody who's an artist is organizing this, because Jamsa, since I'm here, I've been talking about Kittitians taking things into our own hands and really, determining where it goes, instead of sitting down and saying, well, nothing happening for us, nobody doing this for us.
And waiting,
doing it for yourself.
And waiting for the sharks on Church Street to do stuff for them, right?
We're waiting on nobody no more. You know what I mean? We're here to set the precedence and make things happen for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're at right now.
Congrats.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And where can persons get tickets, or is it
Yeah.
At the gate, how much is it?
Yeah, you can get tickets right now, physical tickets at Central Gas Station, so that's on top of 4th Street. And you can also get it on JAD.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's online as well, and it's $100 right now, regular tickets. We had early bird, but it's already sold out.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's good. Thanks to everybody that supported the early bird special as well.
Lovely.
Appreciate that.
And at the gate is $100 as well?
At the gate is 120.
120.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. And as he said, there's a mix of genres, whether you like... I mean, I'm so excited, right? Just to see Mention being... Cause we all know that Mention is like a musical genius. Some people are vexed with me. But I feel sometimes... It's like when you sing with a band, they want to soak everything.
Yeah, true.
So you don't get to show your artistry, you know. And sometimes people say, "Well, we should give them more time on fest. They can't handle it." But how will the artists them do it if they don't practice this, you know? So
and try to kind of spread the wings. Zoo, I don't know if you during during COVID, did you happen to see the Tedderson John thing?
Yeah.
That was wicked, right?
That was, but I did. To be honest, actually just saw it last.
What,
year.
really?
Yeah,
Wicked,
for the
right?
first time. And this is after I had my
Wicked,
acoustic
yes,
night.
wicked,
Yeah.
right? I'm telling you. I actually
Very,
saw it
very
live
good.
the afternoon because they sent me an email, and I actually it was like I think it started like after 5 the afternoon. I was like, this is wicked. And then and Kes had one. I don't remember if Kes was before.
I think Kes had one as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it was before or after, but I mean, so when you talked about Zoo and Friends 2024, the Tedderson John vibe is and the Kes vibe is what I thought about, and I really feel like we need more of that.
Definitely.
You know, because we seem to be, honestly, in St. Kitts Nevis, we seem to be very one note when it comes to music. I mean, look at Carnival. I mean, if we had, just to give you an example, okay, we said we were into all soca, and if we had 10 groovy soca songs for the whole season that were released, we had a lot. It's almost like we don't respect anything that's below 155 beats per minute. I mean, when you think about it,
100%.
that I mean, to me, that is something that needs to be looked at, and I feel like what you guys are doing, this review goes a long way to making people expand their wings and free their minds and enjoy our artists in a that's a different vibe, a different setting.
Of course,
you know,
and it also gives the artists a platform to showcase the talents outside of what they usually do.
Exactly.
As well, you know what I mean. So it's not only a challenge for Zoo and Friends who's putting on the event, it's a challenge also for the artists, because now they have to go back into their catalogs and think about how they want to present this craft, and you know what I mean, like so it's going that's why I think this is going to be very special, because as I said, having mentioned especially somebody who has a wide variety of music, because he started from 19, you know what I mean, he started from way back, so he have a wide variety of stuff to drop. So I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
Okay, Zoo, before you go, I want you to give the people your social media hit ups and.
Oh sure.
So
it's just
tell them
Zoo
what
and
to look
Friends.
for. And spell Zoo for them.
ZU. So that's ZU.
ZU.
And Friends.
And Friends.
Yeah.
And you're on
Instagram. We are Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. So Zoo and Friends is happening. Give us a date. Give us a date and
that's
the
this
location
Sunday,
again.
the 18th of February at Sugar Apple. That's in Fort Lands, just above the road from Palms Court. We start at 5 o'clock. It's just 5 to 10:30. So you don't want to miss it. Be there. We're gonna have drinks on sale. And the vibe is just going to be right. Everything is going to be set up properly so everybody feel comfortable and nice.
Okay, nice. And you can pay at the door, of course.
And you can pay at the gate as long as the event is not sold out by then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Zoo and Friends. I wish you all the best for 2024 and the first event. All right, great.
Enough respect. Yeah.
Okay, 9:17. And when we come back, we're going to give you the road match results from TNT 2024. Yeah, they finally released the results.
All the best.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
Hey, let's do this. It's 9:19, and now we can really get into the fun stuff. No stuffy politics here. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So first thing is that usually Trinidad they usually take a little maybe a day, 30. That's like 30 hours before they release the road match results.
Mm-hmm.
We usually pretty much know where things are going, but
Yeah.
they finally released the results yesterday for the road match, and where I sent it to myself. Why is it every time I send these things to myself and I go looking for it, I can't find it? Also, I'm just going to run through some of the things I want to talk about. I don't know if you know that, Vibes Cartel was charged for murder, right?
Yes.
And his Privy Council hearing started yesterday. Yeah, so yesterday was day one. We're going to have day two today. So we might have some news vis-a-vis Vibes Cartel, whether he's going to be let out of prison or not. They had day one of arguing his case before the Privy Council yesterday. I don't know if people know that he was charged with murder for killing some dude who apparently he gave 2 unlicensed guns to hold, and apparently supposedly him and 2 of his associates killed the dude. But so we'll be hearing more on that today. I don't think it's probably going to go past today, So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Okay, so where are my results? Okay, so yeah, Trinidad and Tobago road match results. Here we go. Okay, finally. Yeah, apparently I sent them to everyone and didn't send them to myself. I usually like to send them to myself.
Yeah.
Because then it's easy to
definitely
have everything in one place. But yeah, I sent them to other people and didn't send it to myself. That's why I was looking. So, Trinidad and Tobago Unified Calypsonians Organization announces Road Match 2024 winner, and the winner is Mikal Teja with DNA. That's the instrumental you hear me playing.
Yeah.
And in second position, we got Bungie Garland with Carnival Contract. So, what's his name got, let me see. I'm going to give you the play count. I think I sent it. Didn't I send it in the chat? I did?
I'd have to check. I don't know.
Okay, so, yes. So, Mikal Teja, DNA, 341 plays. Bungie Garland in second position with Carnival Contract, 225 plays. And Patrice Roberts, Anxiety, she was third with 48 plays. I had to kind of go after someone on Twitter somebody said they were saying, oh, it's embarrassing that Patrice Roberts got so I go, what's embarrassing about it? Patrice didn't do anything wrong.
What do you mean embarrassing? Because she's out doing
because she got 48 plays and came third. Basically, they're talking about the spread. So I said, well, she didn't do anything wrong. She got 48 plays. I mean,
the song is still a good song.
The song is still a good song, exactly. So I just thought it was kind of a mean thing to say.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, okay. So people who probably want to hear the song for a little bit. Here we go. Trinidad and Tobago Road March 2024, Michael Teja, DNA. By the way, this is the road mix. For some reason, I was looking for, I know weeks ago I got the original, right? I thought that I put it on the drive. I was looking for it this morning. I couldn't find it, so maybe I didn't. But okay, let's go to the phone lines and see what's on your mind. Go ahead, caller. Hey, what's up?
I am good. Reaching from the top of the mountain by forest, where you enter into Mount Liamigo.
Okay, what's up?
What topic do you have on the table before I go to what I called to say?
Well, we're just talking about stuff, just stuff. Well, I mentioned you might be interested in the fact that, what's his name? Vibes Cartel, his appeal started at the Privy Council yesterday.
Good.
That's one of the things I guess we missed because of the being caught up in the momentum of love and all that stuff. They're going to be having hearing day 2 today. So we're going to see if that means Vibes Cartel is going to be spending the rest of his life in prison or if he's going to be released.
Be released. I wish him all the best. I think he should be released. We really think he should be released.
Okay.
Yeah. We have more to give society outside than to be in prison. We know that.
Let me ask you a question. I know you lived in Jamaica for a while. Did you get a sense that? What was your sense that he was accused of murder? What was the general sentiment from the Jamaican public?
It was a kind of mix. There was people who said that it's unfortunate that took place, and he should not be in prison for that period of time. Something else could have worked out, and there is people who felt that he should be in prison, because he was found guilty of the death of Azard. But it was mixed, as I said. But how long he been there now? Quite a while, isn't it?
It's been a while, yeah.
I really think that he has been rehabilitated somewhat. Jamaica's society is what it is. The killing thing, it has become like a norm, almost like what's happening in St. Kitts Nevis. And they really need to get their act together. But putting away one person like Cartel for life is not going to solve it, And as we said before, we think he has been rehabilitated somewhat from that kind of thought.
What are you basing that on, though?
What I am basing that on?
Yeah.
I am basing that on information that I am getting from prison.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Because we are in touch, we are in touch with what's going on in Jamaica, and even in the prison, we have that connection, And according to information I'm getting, that we are getting, he will be good on the outside if he's being released. So we wish him all the best. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he should be with. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
As I said before, we are calling from on top of. Are you hearing us clearly?
Yeah, hearing you.
We are calling from on top of the mountain, Forest Estate, and we are right at the entrance where people go on this hike to Mount Misery, once Mount Misery, now Mount Liamigo. We are calling, we are imploring the system once more to put security in place for people who are going on this hike, especially people who comes from abroad. It is very important, yeah? And my neighbor farmer, the original people from up that way, they up in Forest, the family, they just informed me that toilet facilities will be welcome also, because people are defecating and urinating inside of people's farm. And we want to tell people who go on this hike, who come to this place to visit, that littering is a no-no. Walk with your garbage with you. Do not bring it on the trail or on the entrance of the trail where people are farming. Because garbage and farming do not go together.
Facts.
Yeah, we just wanted to say that and give thanks to the time. We are going to take it to, it's a security issue and a health issue, so we are going to take it to the source, the Honorable Prime Minister, and whosoever, is he Minister of Health also? Is the Honorable Prime Minister Minister of Health also?
No, yes, he is. Yeah, he is actually, yes.
That falls under him also. So we are going to take it to the PM office in terms of the security and put in bathroom in place. And while we are on that, we want to remind the system that bathroom facilities are needed in the cemetery, in Bastille Cemetery. It has been too long. It has been too long when people want to whatever. They have to, whatever is not good for people's health, is not good for the environment. So please consider putting bathroom facilities in the cemetery in Bastille ASAP. We wanted to include that. Give thanks to the time, IT, blessed love.
Give thanks, Elder, and powerful words. Yeah, we definitely can have people doing those things up in the mountains. Where's Forest Estate? I forgot to ask him. Where's?
Yeah, I'm still on the line,
Oh, you're still on the line. Oh, I thought you'd gone. Where's Forest Estate, by the way?
Okay, it's a concrete turn as soon as you enter in what that place their name? As soon as you enter in you're coming out of Sandy Point and going into Newton Ground. As soon as you enter in Newton Ground,
is that the place where they go up?
You make a turn on the right on a concrete road. It's a long, people do exercise here, etc., etc.
Okay.
It's a long concrete road. By the way, one of the Prime Minister's advisor, what is his name again? He used to exercise on this road, and he promised, he made a proof during the time when the former administration was in, that he will be very instrumental in making sure that certain things, like what I just spoke about, brushing the side of the road, because the concrete road is very small, so we need to have it brushed regularly. I gave a part of my land for parking space to the top, because I saw a problem there. I can't remember what the gentleman name. He have his own program on the radio right now. Somebody help me with his name. He's one of the advisors to the Prime Minister.
Well, I'm not sure which one that would be.
Yeah, man. The name is there, man. He's be on Freedom. I think he have his own program from Freedom.
Okay.
What's his name? He do taxi work, man. He do taxi work.
You're talking about Mr. Edinburgh?
Same person.
Yeah. Okay, Elder, we have to wrap it because we have another segment right now, and the person. Yes. Okay. Great. The person's on deck, and we're gonna be coming back with that in a minute or two. Well, a minute.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Buster, roll it up, leave the thirst quencher in my cup. If you have one, hold it up and say, Buster for the colors in my life. Refreshing and nice, and I drink that what we like. Buster, you're full of vibes, living for the color. I know black and white, we do what we like. We live to enjoy life. Buster, pour it up, different flavor. Load it up. If you have one, hold it up and say, Buster for the colors in my life.
9:33, and we've got Imara Designs principal, Nama Yambo. My girl, what's up?
Hey, Johnson, what's up?
I'm doing good. And it seems like Sugar Apple is the location du jour. I know. Because Nama Yamba is here to tell us about another event that's happening at Sugar Apple on February 17th. So, Nama, take it away.
Take it away?
Yes.
So we, Imara Designs, my name, Nama Yamba Nyanza Lamugonela. And I am the owner and creative director of Imara Designs and Namara's Cafe. And Imara's Designs, in conjunction with Namara's Cafe, will be putting on. So we have a series of events. We have Flavors of Africa. And so we usually have an event at the square where persons will be able to come and taste authentic African food from Tanzania, Nigeria, Kenya, and so forth. And so this time, we said, let's do something a bit more, especially during Heritage Month, Black History Month. And so we'll be putting on an entire show. So you have a sit-down show where individuals can come and see, dancers and modeling, of course, fashion and all of that, because it's Africa after all. And, drumming and all of that. And then, of course, you can eat. So we have different vendors, African vendors there, so you can taste authentic African food. And Tanzania will be having, this time we'll be doing street food. And so you can come and have, those street foods and all of that. And of course, shop. So you get the opportunity to buy your fabrics, your clothing, your bags, or, anything, jewelry, all of that, to sort of, complement whatever outfit you want to wear this season.
Nice, that's amazing.
Yes.
Discovering Africa's Splendor, it's called. That's February 17th. What day is that?
That's Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes.
Okay. So it's happening from 4:30 to 8 p.m. and it's only $40 to get you in. And you can get tickets from Nama at 661-4824. And it includes complimentary drinks. Of the food you have to pay for, I guess.
Yes,
right?
the food you have to pay for. It includes a complimentary drink, and then whatever other drinks you want to drink after that. But one of the things we're encouraging persons to just come and try, experience, open up your mind. And most of the times, I think oftentimes we forget just how closely related we are to African cuisine. And so, we have a dish.
Everything is a derivative of pretty much.
Exactly. So we have mandazi, which persons, when they taste it, they often say, oh, well, this is like a Johnny cake. It's close to Johnny cake. It's not quite Johnny cake, but it's close to Johnny cake. So it's familiar. It's still African food that we really have just sort of changed due to circumstances that were sort of beyond our control.
No. If you had to, in like a minute.
Don't tell me to pitch.
No. If we're all African diasporans here in the Caribbean, right?
Yes.
No, but yet we still, I think we fall victim to the propaganda and the disinformation put out by the WS media, right? And so, what would be some of your pet projects in terms of getting people to understand, well, this is not what the 54 countries of Africa are about, regardless of what you see on CNN and blah blah blah. What are some of the things you would most like people to know about Africa and know about themselves? Because knowing about Africa is knowing about ourselves, I would say.
Certainly, yes. So that is why the theme is discovering Africa's splendor, because oftentimes when we watch certain media outlets and so forth, all we see about Africa is poverty and things that are quote unquote deemed backwards. Mind you, if you really look at how simplistic that lifestyle is, it's sort of admirable. It's quite admirable. And so for me, I would like to encourage individuals to actually look at Africa with newfound vision. I started this journey back when I was a teenager. I am no longer a youth. And so it's been a journey of probably close to 20 years. And I wanted persons to be able to see Africa through my eyes, how I perceive Africa, the beauty, the wonders of Africa. So my heritage, part of my heritage, is Tanzanian.
Okay.
And so I wanted persons to be able to see Tanzania beyond the lions and beyond the hyenas and beyond Mufasa and, you know, what the Lion King, what you know, was.
I'll be honest, most people didn't even know that was Tanzania. They thought it was whole Africa.
Well,
so
that's the thing. No, well, the thing is, right, the Africa, so as Jamsa says, 54 countries.
Of course,
it's massive. Different cultures, different people. And different languages. So in Tanzania, for example, you have 121 languages.
And may I say that Africans, they don't teach us this, are known as the people of many languages. We do not know that.
And the thing is, that has been taken away from us because most of us over here, we only speak one language. Whereas, when I remember when persons will find out that I'm bilingual, they'll be, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I'm like, that's actually really poor compared to what others.
If you live in one of those countries.
Because usually, like I think my dad spoke probably 6 languages or so, and even for him, you had persons who would speak more because you spoke your quote unquote ethnic or tribal language, and then you would speak the national language. So you had a minimum of 2 languages that you know you spoke.
And you said that would be poor to speak to, and a lot of us don't know
it was a norm. You know, it was it wasn't something to be
like
fascinated about. You know, it was a norm being bilingual, and so it's. I know even here when I speak, when I switch over and I will speak Swahili, persons will sort of. Like, what is she saying?
Please say something. I'm being so obnoxious, but I love Swahili. Like,
you love Swahili?
I know one Swahili phrase.
Oh, what's that?
I know what it means, but tell them what it means.
Nitakungojea
milele.
Huh?
Nitakungojea milele.
Nitakungojea milele. I will wait for you forever.
Oh, and it wasn't listed as one of the Romance languages.
It is. It's
Swahili?
Yes. Swahili is one of the most romantic languages. I think it is the most romantic language. When those sweet whispers of nothing come in Swahili form. Yes, you kind of melt until you realize, it's just whispers of nothing. But it is actually one of those very, very romantic languages. Yes, indeed.
Nice.
Yes, and you can, and it's one of the easiest languages to learn as well. And so it's not official, but it is the unofficial
of the continent, right?
I figured. Yeah. And so it's being taught in different places.
I've learned that like Japanese. It's like the precursor to Japanese. I've heard, like
It's
actually at the root. We have Latin at the root of English.
I wondered about that.
At the root of Japanese.
Do you know that?
I did not know.
Do you know that the word Obama is a word in Japanese? There's a city called Obama.
It does.
Because that actually was I remember seeing that as a news item when he was.
And Obama is Kenyan.
Yes. So there are a lot of the words because I was like blown away by that.
Because Swahili is actually a mixture, is a merge of the Bantu languages as well as Arabic. And so the Arabs would have come to the coastline because you have Zanzibar there, because Tanzania is the formation of 2 countries, Tanganyika and Zanzibar. So Lake Tanganyika, which is Lake Victoria and so forth. Lake Tanganyika. Zanzibar, they formed together to form Tanzania. And Zanzibar was that massive hub for spices and so forth that the Arabs would have traded and slaves and all of that.
I was about 5 minutes ago, I was planning to ask you about Zanzibar. Have you ever been to the island?
Actually, no.
No? Okay.
I haven't. But I said this time when I go back, because the last time I went was not, it was a rush trip. We went back. My mom and I went back in December for. Unfortunately, my father passed away, and we went and so we didn't get to go to Zanzibar. But this time around, when we go back, definitely.
Okay.
I have it on my to-do list.
I don't know if a lot of people know that Freddie Mercury of Queen is from Zanzibar.
Really?
Was born in Zanzibar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have, the thing is, I think oftentimes you have persons who are, prominent persons within the world and so forth. And for a long time, individuals often hid their African ancestry, or even their Caribbean ancestry.
Oh, definitely.
But now it's being embraced because persons are realizing that there's more to Africa, there's more to the Caribbean, there's more to where we are from than what is projected out there. And that's my hope, that individuals will actually just go and see Africa for themselves, because one of the things is that we're also missing out on a lot of opportunities for investment.
Yes, and there's a lot of wealth over
there. There is so much, and others are tapping into it, and we who have that direct lineage aren't, because we have believed what we were told and so forth. But
they had the year of return in
in Ghana.
Was that
2019? I think it
2021.
was.
I think
2019 Ghana.
2019. Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes. I think it was either 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then through that, we learned about the fact that in some of these countries, you as the diaspora, the African diaspora, you can go and you can actually be paid or get lands and stuff and move to Africa.
Yeah.
And I love that they're asking. I love the fact that they're saying African diaspora.
Right?
Caribbean.
The diaspora has always been considered as part of Africa. So when the African Union, all of those massive organizations meet, there's usually a representative from the diaspora, because the diaspora is very important. One of the things I would definitely encourage individuals who are looking to perhaps invest in Africa, or any country in Africa, or go back and live and acquire land and so forth, I would definitely say respect the culture there. Do not go and try to change the people.
It's
Go
a learning
and
opportunity.
Exactly, it's a learning opportunity. Enjoy it for what it is, not for what you perceive it should be. And I think sometimes we go in thinking we know it all, not understanding why the culture is the way it is. And in most of Africa, the family structure, everything culturally that's set up, is there for a reason. It's there to support. It's there to protect. It's there, and so going there and just embrace it. And I think you'll have a much better experience by just embracing what's already there, because it's absolutely beautiful.
Take off the Western lens. And
yes, because I have fun. Like, okay, my mom has too much fun when she goes there, because she doesn't lift a finger. As an elder, she doesn't lift a finger. So when she comes back over here and she complains me to my siblings, abuse me left, right, and center. Because she does not lift a finger. From the time she wakes up, she doesn't have to lift a finger.
So going all in Africa is that?
Yes, yes. It's and not just growing old, because, for example, I have nieces and nephews who are older than me, but they show me the same respect they will show their mother, because I have the status of quote unquote mother or auntie or whatever and stuff like that. So there are a lot of different things that are unique.
Can you
and
see
so forth.
these other things that are missing in our culture and the results
Yes.
of what, like all the crime and the different things that we're reaping now?
Nama is lucky I'm married, anyway. What if you say? But,
or maybe you are lucky you're married.
It could be too. But, that event you're having on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Goes a long way to the revelatory experience I think a lot of us in the diaspora are wanting to have about Africa. Discovering Africa's Splendor. Yes. It happens at Sugar Apple up in Fort Lands on February 17th, Saturday. February 17th from 4:30 to 8 p.m. And don't forget, for tickets and more info, you can contact NAMA at 661-4824. There's going to be, and I can't let you leave without telling them about your little food outfit in Molyneux. You have to talk about that, and then after that, tell us a little bit about some of the street food we can catch at Discovering Africa's Splendor at Sugar Apple on Saturday.
Okay.
So tell them a little bit about Molyneux, and then tell us a little about the street food, what we should look forward to.
I should take a bit of an offense, because it's not in Molyneux. No offense to my Molyneux
It's
people,
not
but it's in
Mansion.
Mansion.
Why do
the
I
best
always
village in St.
I don't know why I always.
Well,
you notice I always do that.
Keon
right?
is a town,
For
so
some reason.
because I'm from Keon. Keon is a town,
That's
but
right.
Mansion is the best village in St. Kitts. So we're based in Mansion, Namara's Cafe. And we have pizza and wings on the weekends. And of course, we cater for all occasions, snack boxes, food, dinners, lunches, every single thing. And we do, and that's the thing. I've lived in different parts of the world. And so what I have done with Namara's Cafe is just I've brought together the fusion of the different places. So I lived in Trinidad, so we have the puff pastries, the roti and all of that. In Tanzania as well, I bring the mandazis and so on. So people are eating African food like it's normal. I've lived in Jamaica as well, so all of that, I've brought everything together under one umbrella. And I think we've been able to really and truly allow individuals to sort of try something new without having to go abroad.
Exactly.
You could just try it right here. So that's Namara's Cafe, and Namara's Cafe will be at Flavors of Africa, Discovering Africa, the Splendor of Africa. But we'll also be on the 28th, I believe, or is it the 29th? We'll also be at the Square for Flavors of Africa, just the food edition now for the last day of the month kind of thing, and persons to celebrate and all of that. And so the street food that we'll be having, we'll have like kuku sekela, which is like a chicken spice kind of thing. It's not hot spice. Tanzanians, we do food that's spicy, more in terms of spices than hot. So Niger,
like cinnamon and your different spices.
Yeah, Nigerians, they do hot, but we do spicy. And so you'll get a taste of both, because we have our Nigerian folks there as well. And so they will be having their food there as well. And we'll be having different street foods like fried cassava, like fried cassava chips, not not the chips, but fried cassava chips, some salads and this and that. We'll be having so much that you can, try and taste, and there's something there that you're definitely going to love.
I am sure.
But
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, don't forget February 17th, Saturday, February 17th, Sugar Apple. It's all about discovering Africa's splendor.
Before I forget, we will be having prizes. And so
yes, it's on the
I
list.
hope you've been paying attention to what we've been saying, because some questions will be asked. So go home, do a little research and all of that. Start to Google some stuff, facts about Africa, and persons will be asking persons questions, and when you answer, of course, you can win prizes, etc. And additionally, come up dressed to the T, dress your best, because there will be a prize for that as well.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So don't forget, you can expect at Discovering Africa Splendor Sugar Apple, Saturday, February 17th from 4:30 to 8. A complimentary drink. Of course, you got to pay for your food. There's going to be... Also, you're going to have clothes on sale as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Fabric.
And fabric as well.
Music, prizes. We're going to have to talk about the music. But anyway, $40.
You can come for the dance off.
Okay, $40 is the admission, right? And
Yes.
you can pay at the door if you
Yes,
say you showed
you
up.
can pay at the door, and we're taking payments in all forms. So if you're talking cash, mobile banking, as well as swipe cards and so forth. So
Nice.
come prepared to just make sure the bank is topped up.
Okay, sounds good. Discovering Africa Splendor. It's happening at Sugar Apple. Man, that's like the place to be these days, right? On Saturday, February 17, 4:30 to 8 p.m. Don't miss it. Namayamba, it was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely meeting you.
You too, my
I'm
dear.
excited.
Yes.
I know you're still healing, baby, but you're still appealing. Hope you don't think I'm reaching, but I got feelings to the ceiling, and I'm still in my feelings, baby. You know you're very well seasoned.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. Anytime, whatever time. It's tea time. Whatever time. It's tea time. Snack on a delicious tea time biscuit anytime. It's tea time.
Do you want to know what's happening in sport? tune into On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on Win FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Biff Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Biff Mills on Win FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball.
A very respectable second place at the road match as part of the road match competition at Trinidad Carnival. Bungie Garland Carnival contract. You like? So you like, Chef?
Yes, of course I like Bungie and Hiraga Soka. You know what's like in Bungie long time, and his wife.
Okay. You got anything you want to share? I gotta say a couple things to Nama here. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll just like to have a few minutes. So I'd like to finish up with the theme of the single, the self, loving self. And I thought it was very fitting that we had Nama here just now, who is of Kititian and Tanzanian descent. So that was just amazing to me, because I do feel that us as Black Kititians, African Kititians, should really get to know our history, because it has been, there's so many lies and misconceptions, and I do think that all of that affects our knowledge of self and how we present in the world and how we feel about ourselves. You know, you have other cultures here and their culture is so strong, and our culture is still strong, but a lot of times it's sort of hidden. Like, even when they told us that we speak broken English, you know, and to a certain point, but there's so many words that we use, like nyam, and I remember growing up and hearing people say simon gwali and all this stuff, not realizing that a lot of these words that they told us were broken English were actually African words. And so I would encourage everybody, find out about yourself, you know, your history, understand that you come from great stock, understand the importance of knowing where you come from, understand the importance of spending time with yourself, checking in with yourself, making sure that you're okay. A lot of times we wait until we have crisis, until we have depression, till we have mental illness, until we have criminal behavior or violence to really say, well, check in with yourself. Check in with yourself every day. Check in with your children's well-being. If you have a toddler, they're coming up, they have new emotions, don't just swat them away, because you're teaching them from now that their emotions don't matter, that their opinions don't matter. And I know that we like to say children rude. They're not rude at that stage. They're learning. They're going to have outbursts. They're going to ask a lot of questions, because they're literally new people and they're learning. So if we really want to curb the crime that we're having, we really have to start loving on ourselves and our children more. At the root of it, it's a lack of self-love to me. So I'll encourage everybody on this day, the Singles Day, the day about the self, the day after Valentine's Day, to really spend some time, do something you love, put into yourself, learn about yourself, love on yourself a little bit more. Right, Jamster?
For real.
And I think we are pretty much out of time now. We have like
We have 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say, Jamster, before we
Well, I'm actually kind of looking forward to see what happens with Vibes Cartel today. I'm just curious to see
I am.
if he's gonna get off, and because I feel like in a kind of a weird way, dancehall needs him because
Yeah.
like these new cats don't seem to get it. That people don't want all this bleak, dreary, dark.
And you've seen Vibes evolve over the years. I mean, Vibes has all sorts of music, and maybe going through this, it's funny. It's like an evolution within himself that has spilled over into the whole genre. Some have not seen it, but for like some of us, and it's an interesting thing for me. So I want to pay attention to what happens to him, and a part of me really wants him to get off too. If I'm wrong,
Yeah, I know. It's like Buju, but I mean, I lost a lot of respect for Buju, honestly.
I don't because we're all
after what he said to the judge.
What he said.
Well, I mean, you look at Buju lyrically and musically over the years. All these deep.
Yeah.
Very.
That doesn't mean he's not
topic.
deep, though.
No. What I mean is talking about his excuse to the judge about he was just trying to impress the FBI guy when he was talking about drugs and so. I thought you had more sense than that. That you think that talking about criminal activity and drugs, which have ruined the lives of so many people. You think that's something that's something to. I mean, this is a guy who said when your mom sends you to school, never ever you play. But you think that the best way to impress an American who turns out to be an FBI informant is to talk about some cocaine brick you have for sale. Really?
The thing is, Stuart Jams, as I said, we're all human and we're multidimensional, and we do not know what he wanted from that person, and he perceived them to be a particular way. So he thought that this.
Well, of course, he was lying
them.
anyway.
But
the point is, he was lying, though, so that makes it worse.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, I tell my daughter this. When she does something bad, she says, Mommy, I'm a bad girl. I said, no, you're a good girl that did a bad thing. And we need to differentiate. Buju has contributed so much, and he might be saying about his own struggle.
No, absolutely. In fact, I'm one of the first persons who will say, I don't throw the baby with the bathwater.
So we need to give him some grace, because all of us are humans. All of us
No,
have
I
done
still love him.
things
I still love
apart,
it's just that I'm like, I was really disappointed, and
I'm not. I don't even get disappointed.
So with Vibes, I kind of want to see him get out of prison.
Yeah.
I mean, and if he did,
I want to see what he's gonna do after.
Because if he did what they say he did, okay, that's between him and God. I'm not gonna,
him and himself.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping that we as a people recognize that we're on this journey of life, and there is no black and white. It's all shades of gray and purple and pink, and that the people we look up to, we kill our mentors when we ask them to be perfect. These people have a certain calling and a message, but they struggle, and just like us as individuals, and the same measure you judge yourself, you have to judge others. So we need to give each other grace.
I agree.
Yes. So guys, have a wonderful day. It was lovely being with you again this morning.
Yes, it was. Likewise.
Hopefully I have water to go. But have a wonderful day.
I will, and I'm gonna have some. I haven't opened the bag of breadfruit fries yet, but I'm gonna be doing that maybe over the weekend, maybe for lunch on Friday. I mean on Saturday.
Nice.
Decided what? Maybe fish. Hey, maybe fried fish. Hey, okay.
Fried fish and breadfruit, eh?
Yeah, I have to go look for my fish guy and see if I get. Yeah, I was supposed to go and get some fish. Okay, so I'll go get some fish and we do some fried fish and breadfruit fries.
That's like real old time food in a modern way.
Yes, I love breadfruit. Listen, some of my favorite foods. Plantain, the top 5 all time. Plantain, breadfruit. I love the root tubers, like yams. And, oh God, I love those. I'm telling you.
We make our ice cream from Dashin. Oh God.
Really?
Yes.
How do you flavor that? Should you add like vanilla and
you
stuff?
can add vanilla, you can add fruits, you can add
That's interesting. I know I had that breadfruit drink one time from a neighbor. I was like, breadfruit drink? What do you mean breadfruit drink? And I had it. It was, blew the top of my head off too. Yeah. That's really you've had it. You've had it, right?
No, I've actually
you've
never
heard
had
about
breadfruit
it.
drink. I've heard, I want to
It
get
tastes
a
really
right
good.
breadfruit. I'm normally handling breadfruit that's not at that
Cool.
stage.
Yeah.
But I definitely I'm gonna make a drink even if I don't have the right one because I know enough processing
Yeah.
to get it to where I want.
Mhm.
But I really want to have the right one too.
It's very similar to what would I say? It's similar to. Oh my God! But it was a revelation. Yes, but it was a revelation. I was like, breadfruit drink.
I hear it's a very good.
I was looking at the person
drink.
like I was watching them like a crazy person when they said breadfruit drink, and then when I tasted it, I was like, okay, all is forgiven.
When I heard saltfish soup too, I was like,
saltfish soup. But it's no different to fish soup. It's fish
but
soup.
It's even better. It was so good.
Saltfish soup. Interesting.
So good.
It's no different to fish water. I don't think.
Why was better?
see what I mean?
The fermentation.
Okay.
It made it
I
better.
know. Okay, 4 minutes after 10 o'clock, and I'm going to see you tomorrow, right?
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Right up to the truck stop.